Good morning. You caught me. You called me coughing. Good morning to everyone. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good start to your week. I hope you woke up um, today feeling well. I hope you have a good day ahead of you. This is Gabi Natale, live with Gabi Natale. And as every day at 9 a.m., we come together to create this 15-minute 10-minute oasis to set our intentions, start our day with the right foot. And today I wanted to do a streaming that might be a little bit different. Usually we share tips, we set our intentions for the day, we discuss about how to move forward with our lives or with our careers. But as you know, we've been through very special times. Last week was elections election week, and we're still going through a very special transition. So I thought it would be good to just take a moment to check on each other, see how everyone is doing and how everyone is feeling. So this is going to be maybe a different broadcast than our usual ones, just to know how you're doing, just to check on each other. And exchange a little bit of our thoughts. I'm seeing Catalina is joining. Hola, Catalina Witterson. Good morning, Gabi. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to everyone. I want to just take a minute, as every day. This is a simulcast. If this is the first time you're tuning in, we are simulcasting to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitch. So hello to everybody. Hello to everybody in all those platforms. And as usual, we are going to start our show and our live right after our opening credits in just 20 seconds, and it starts like this. There has never been a better time to be a pioneer than right now. Good morning, good morning, good morning to everyone. If you just tuned in, this is Live with Gabi Natale. And today we have a little bit of a different streaming, a different topic, where I thought it would be a good idea today, given all the things that are going on, to create a safe space for everybody to share how they are feeling. And I'm going to share also with you how I am feeling after this electoral week, that we are still in transition. There's still many steps ahead of us, but at least we have some more information than last week. So the first thing that I want to share with you, given the circumstances and everything that is going on, is the first thing that came to my mind after learning more about the results, is that I feel relieved. If you follow me or if you know me, for the past 4 years, I've always shared that I'm not a fan of the current administration. And, I've never been in I was telling my husband, I've never been in an abusive relationship. I've never been in a relationship where you were demeaned or where you were insulted or where you were hate as a woman. And these 4 years were probably the closest I felt as being an involuntary part of an abusive relationship, a relationship where somebody wakes up and you don't know if that person is in a good mood or in a bad mood, or what that person is going to say. And that person's mood or that person's unpredictability has concrete repercussions for so many people. So the first thing that I felt when I learned the results was that I felt relieved, and I didn't kind of grasp how many feelings I had contained inside of me until I learned the results, and tears came by, and I started crying, and I started feeling, wow, there was a lot, I have a lot of feelings bottled up, and they started to come out. And so many things came through my mind, and I started thinking about all the different times where I felt things were so cruel, things were so unfair, and that there were no repercussions for people who did horrible things. And as for example, they were recounting the boats from Maricopa. If you don't live in the United States, Maricopa is an area in Arizona, and it's an area that, you know, they're still counting, but everybody's surprised by the amount of boats that the Biden Harris formula got. And that particular area, Maricopa County, had the most vile, cruel person that made you know, that made his mission to make immigrants' lives a living hell. You know, that wanted the worst conditions for them, wanted the worst prisons for them, that did so racial profiling, that was absolutely cruel to them. And to read that people woke up in Maricopa, and that people went to the polls, and that people participated, and that people, we still don't know what the final result is going to be. But I thought, like, wow, how is life that this particular sheriff that, you know, made it a cause for himself to be as cruel as he wants, and even committing crimes against immigrants, and then did not pay the consequences of his actions, because the current president gave him a special pardon. And so it was everything. There were so many moments where I felt powerless, and so many moments when I felt things were so unfair that, you know, I felt like, what a circle that this place, you know, Maricopa County, is changing. That's one of the things that I felt. Then I felt relieved. Then I started crying. There were a lot of emotions coming in. And then I thought also, the second thing that I thought is I felt moved. I felt moved because I thought also about the everyone's whose livelihoods, whose basic human rights were in the line, you know, and that's not an understatement. People with pre-existing conditions, medical conditions, who had people in their lives, their loved ones with medical conditions, and did not know if their medical treatments were going to be able to continue. People from the BIPOC community, from the LGBT community, and from many other communities whose rights were on the line. And that sometimes we, you know, you do as much as you can, and you push as much as you can, and sometimes you don't see the results. So I was so moved by the courage of the dreamers, the courage of so many people who really put themselves out there for an ideal, for a message. So I was very moved by them. I remember also in June of 2018, there was this policy that was called the zero tolerance policy at the border, and that was the at the height of the family separation, when people who were looking for asylum seekers and refugees were separated from their kids. And I remember at that time, if you follow me, you might remember, I've shared it at the time, I went with a group of other women, very incredible women, and we went as volunteers to translate, and some others were lawyers, with an organization called Cara Pro Bono that provides free legal services to all these refugees. And I think that was one of the most transformative experiences for me, to be there. And I felt like I saw the face of evil, because the type of things and the type of stories that you heard from those women who were separated, some of them were reunited after that, some others we don't know. But the kind of things that you heard in those places, they transform you, they move you. And so I was moved by the result. I felt that maybe now I'm hopeful that these people might have a better chance to be reunited with their families. As you know, there's more than 500 kids who still don't know how they're going to be reunited with their families. And I sent a message to all the women who were there in the detention center with me during 1 week of our lives, that we were total strangers, and then we became a group, that lived very strong experiences together when we volunteered for that week. So that's something that came to my mind. I'm gonna read some of your messages. Let me see. Thanks, says Maria Tellocarti. Thank you. Rupert, as a dreamer, a weight God lifted off me. Rupert, I teared up. I feel like I have hope now. Like a dream will not die. Qué emoción. Thank you, Rupert. Crossing our fingers for all the dreamers. I have so much admiration, so much hope for all the dreamers. And it humbles me that the people who have everything on the line, who are the youngest, who if they are deported to a land that sometimes they don't even stay in touch with their relatives over there, they don't identify with, and all their world is here, everything except the paperwork is here, and that they are the ones who are putting themselves in the line, and I see them every day. So good for you. Congratulations, Rupert. And I always have dreamers as, to me, they are heroes. They didn't choose to come to this country. They are here. They are fighting for their right. They don't want special treatment. They just want a fair shot. And so, and they are so, I just think about the kind of things that I thought about when I was a teenager living in Argentina. And I think about the kind of things that these dreamers, have to fight for, while I was just thinking about regular teenager stuff. And I couldn't be more proud of them. Facebook user says, we all can be hopeful. We all can be hopeful. And so there's a couple of things. I felt relieved. I felt moved. And then you just said I felt hopeful. And this, I think, is the most powerful one, because you can never underestimate the power of hope. The power of hope. I think hope moves the world. If you don't have hope, if you don't think things can change, if you don't think what is one way today can be another way tomorrow, what's the point? What's the point in doing something, whatever that is in your life? So I think I also feel hopeful, and I feel that it was a very strong message sent to little girls, and not so little girls, because I felt the message as well, that there's a woman now in the White House, a woman, not just a woman of colors, a woman of color, a woman that is a minority, a woman that comes from an immigrant family, whose parents are Indian and Jamaican. So I think for all the immigrant community, it's a very strong message that we are being seen, and that there's a world of possibilities. That these 4 years I started in my low points to doubt if that American dream was still there, if that world of possibilities was still there. But I feel that hope was reinstalled in a way. And that's what I wanted to share with you. I know there's so much going on, and each one of us is going through different things. But I felt it was worth it to take a moment, create this space of safe space for all of us to share what is going on, how you're feeling, check on each other. And also, this is not about bragging. This is not about showing somebody's election to some other people's faces. This is not about that. One of the things I'm hopeful for is that we are going to connect to each other in a different way. And as I heard in the speeches, that what are considered adversaries don't turn into enemies, and that's, I think, is something that is very important. Natal Escarcega says, yes, thank you. She comes from immigrant parents. Absolutely. And then We have saludos de Evelyn y Jordan de Frisco. Fantastic. Okay, guys. So this was a little bit of a different streaming this morning, just to check on you, to see how you're doing, to share a little bit about how I'm feeling. So tomorrow I'm going to go back to our usual topics, but I felt what's going on is very moving, and it's worth taking a moment to check on each other and to share how we're feeling. So les mando un besito. I have a lot of announcements this week, so I'm going to be sharing with you this week and next week. But hopefully every morning we're going to be here. This Wednesday, I think I have a very special thing that I have to do. So this Wednesday I'm not going to be here, but tomorrow I am going to be here. So as I always say, remember that when you open yourself up to the world opens itself up to you. Remember to make the most of your day. Remember to set your intentions. We are reading and staying positive, says the LinkedIn user. I don't know who you are. You have to approve the StreamYard link so that I can see your name. It's Jordan. We are reading and staying positive. This is life and we love it. Thank you so much. So remember, as I always tell you every day, when you open yourself up to the world opens itself up to you. Go dream big, do the best you can, set your intentions. Let's reconnect tomorrow here. Besitos. Love you.